Good morning, friends. I am Eben from Let's See America, and today I want to show you the rental car companies near Port Canaveral. Before we start, know the following. There's very little to choose between them. They all offer shuttle services to the port, and they are very close to the port. With the exception of budget, they all accept after-hour returns, so just book your favorite company. I will show you the locations. I will show you how far these offices are from the port, and we'll have some fun. We'll follow a few of the shuttles to and from the port. Anyways, if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. I'm ready, but before we go, let's go to the wall. We'll drive in on 528 from Orlando Airport, then keep the port to our left as we look for Alamo, Enterprise, and National to our left. Into the city of Cape Canaveral. Hertz will be to the right, and past all the popular hotels we'll see Budget on the right, then a bit further down A1A, Dollar and Thrifty on the right, and Avis across the street on the left. And we just crossed the bridge over the Banana River onto the barrier islands of Cape Canaveral. The two signs ahead, to the right, the A terminals 5, 6, 8, and 10, but we'll keep to the left. That's where the rental car offices are. Oh, and if you drop your rental car today, I suggest you drop your luggage first with the porters at your terminal, but keep your hand luggage. That will make your traveling so much easier once you have to get onto the rental car vans. Also watch your speed here, 45 miles an hour, and they will catch you if you go fast. Another sign coming up to the right, that's where we'll go for Alamo, Enterprise, and National, but we'll keep straight for now and we'll come back to this little intersection in a bit. We just saw the Exploration Tower at the port on the left. That's a fun place to go with beautiful views of the port. Again, watch your speed here, 45 miles an hour, please. You'll see the sign for Cape Canaveral coming up on the right. Also look to the right, you'll see Hertz. That will appear rather quickly. Welcome to Cape Canaveral. The Country Inn and Suites is to the right, and the Residence Inn, and there's Hertz on the corner right there. Homewood Suites to the left. Now, if you need to top your gas or your fuel, I suggest the Racetrack on the right. I think their prices are fair. Also on the right, you'll see the famous Radisson Hotel, the old school Florida cruise hotel, and next to them would be Port Canaveral, the largest off-site parking facility in the area. There's Port Canaveral. Now, if you want to do a good breakfast before you drop your rental car, this place here, Southern Charm Cafe, very good. One of the best in the area. And there is Budget Rent-A-Car on the right. You just turn there. Wells Fargo is on the right. If you need an ATM machine, they have a drive-up ATM, and their tellers are open as well with the drive-up or inside during normal business hours. They normally open at 9 in the morning until 5 or 6 in the afternoon on most days. Saturdays is until noon. Now look for this turquoise building on the right. Just on the other side of the building would be, you will find Dollar and Thrifty Rent-A-Car. The Euro Cafe is in that building, a very good restaurant. There's Dollar and Thrifty. Now look to the left and you'll see Avis. Excellent. Now let's return to the intersection I talked about earlier as we make our way over to Alamo, Enterprise and National. So we keep to the right. We are on our way now to Terminal 1 and 3. So we'll make a left at the light here under the bridge, and then first one left again. There's a big old Royal Caribbean cruise ship in the distance. Yeah, this is the way to Terminal 1, so we'll make a left to go to the rental car office. There's the famous exploration tower with the nice viewpoint on the 6th floor. And we have to make a left again, the first one left. By the way, that's an helicopter tour if you want to fly over the port before your cruise. So let's make a left. If you go straight, you go to the Cove restaurant. You can see the rental cars on the right. And welcome to Alamo, Enterprise and National. You'll drop the vehicle just to the right on the far side of the building. Just look for the signs. Right there. So look how close these rental car companies are to Terminal 1. You'll see the ship right there. It's under a mile's walk and it's flat and it's safe and very doable. If you don't have a lot of luggage, that's why I say please drop your luggage first. You can see the hours in case you need to do an after hours return. They do have a drop box as well. And there's Hertz. The nice thing about Hertz is look how close they are to these two hotels, the Residence Inn and the Country Inn and Suites. Easy walking distance. So you drop the vehicle, walk over to your hotel. Hours. Now let's look at budget. These offices are not very small, but there's the little budget shuttle loading right now to go back to the port. Budget does not allow after-hour returns, so keep that in mind if you want to rent a car at the airport and planning on dropping it at 9 o'clock in the evening. Do not use budget. So now we're looking at Dollar and Thrifty. They also have an after-hours drop box. And here's Avis. That's the rental car return area and their beautiful vans. And there's busy A1A in the distance. And they have a drop box as well. Now let's have some fun. Let's go back to Hertz, and there's one of the vans leaving for the port right now. So let's put on the timer. We started 20 seconds ago. Let's see how long this takes to the port. The question is, which terminal is he going to? He's keeping straight, so he's not going to Terminal 1. He's obviously going to either 5, 6, 8 or 10. And he's driving quite fast. This is almost faster than 45 miles an hour. So we have to be careful to follow him. Keep a distance. Once we get around the corner, the speed limit changes back to 55, so I'll catch up with him then. Oh, there's the shuttle for the Country Inn and Suites, also going to the cruise terminal. I'm having a hard time catching up with this little Hertz shuttle. Okay, the speed will change soon to 55, so I will now speed up some. And now I have to bear to the right. There's 2 lanes, so I will go and then hopefully he will pass me on my right. And we'll catch up with him that way. Come on, little shuttle, where are you? I'm slowing down. We're 1 minute and basically 45 seconds into our drive, and there's my Hertz guy. Now we have to cross this little drawbridge. That's where all the sailboats can come in from the Banana River and the Indian River. From the intracoastal waterway will cross this bridge. That bridge does open, and that can cause some delays as well. Oh, I see the Disney ship. That will be at Terminal 8. Now, if you go to Terminal 8 or 10, you're supposed to turn right here, and then if you go to Terminals 5 and 6, you're supposed to keep straight. He's making a right, so is he going to Terminal, probably to the Disney ship then? Let's see. Terminal 8. Sometimes these drivers are sneaky, they don't follow the road signs. They do it so often, they know exactly what's the fastest way to the port. He's going straight. Ah yeah, he's not turning. He will be going to Terminal 6. Look at that. Okay, he's going in. I'm seeing another van coming back from the cruise terminal, which I will catch. Let's see how quickly that one, how long that one takes back to the office. Now it's going to take another minute or so, 30 seconds maybe, and then that van will park on the other side of cruise terminal 6. But let's swing around and catch the other van on its way back. There it is. That's a $1 and Thrifty van leaving cruise terminal 5. So he's been at it for about 40 seconds. Also driving fast. So we'll just follow him all the way to the $1 and Thrifty office, which we saw earlier. Let's see how long that takes. We have a few minutes, so I want to take this time to talk about questions that came in on my website. The first one is about one-way car rentals. I know some folks who rented a car in Orlando, then came to Port Canaveral, they parked the rental car in the garage, they went on their cruise, came back, got the rental car and drove back. That's very convenient, but obviously it's going to cost you more. Now they did say they had a wonderful rate. It was quite cheap to rent for a week. It was not much more expensive than renting for one day after the one-way fees were accounted for and things like that. So maybe there are reasons sometimes that you want to do that. Otherwise, I'd say focus on getting a one-way rental. Yes, you will pay a small drop-off fee, but it works very well coming from the airport and then dropping the vehicle at near Cape Canaveral or in Cape Canaveral, very close to the port, and then shuttle to the port. That's how most folks would do it. The second question is about when to arrive. Some people want to be the first on the ship, so they think they can show up at 9 a.m. at the rental car counter, drop their keys, and be taken to the port at 9:10. It's not quite going to work like that. The cruise ships do not want you to arrive that early, and the rental car companies will not drop you that early. So I'd say if you come, drop your car around 10 a.m., you should be on one of the first shuttles to the port, which normally leaves at around 10:30-ish. Another question is about busy times. Yes, 11 to 12:30 is the busy time. So if you can drop your vehicle between 10 and 11, and then from 12:30 onwards, you'll find shorter lines and a much easier and more pleasant experience. There's also a question about privileges. For instance, Hertz with their Gold service. Yes, that's available. In fact, all these services, Gold, Avis, Preferred service. There's Hertz Gold. We've got the Express or Blue Chip services from Thrifty and Dollar. Let's see, Budget has the Fast Break service. And Enterprise, plus this National Emerald Club and the Alamo Insider, all available, but you do still have to stop by the counter to show your driver's license. We have a questions about after hours drop off. Yes, I will mention that in this video. I will show you the times. Be careful with budget. They do not allow after hours drop offs. As for the rest, when you drop your vehicle after hours, you have to make your way back to your hotel or to the cruise ship or whatever you want to do. Use rideshare, Uber or Lyft, or you can call a local taxi service. 888 Transportation is a popular one. There are quite a few others, and I mentioned those on my website. Yeah, there's a question about luggage drop-off. I already touched upon that. In my opinion, it is much better to take your heavy luggage and drop those at the port at a porter who will then take care of the luggage while you get back in a car and go on your leisurely way until it's time to return the vehicle. That way you do not have to deal with these heavy bags at the drop-off counter at the rental car company and then get the bags into the van and then off the van again once you get back to the port. That is simply the best way to do it. Now, some folks would also drop their passengers. So if you have 3 people, one person will drop the vehicle, the other 2 people will be dropped at the port with the luggage. That's another way of doing it. Fewer people in the rental car shuttles, meaning these shuttles will move faster. They don't need so many shuttles. If you put 6 people on the shuttle versus 1 person from the same family, obviously it's better that way. So that's what I recommend. If you can drop the folks as well, that will be a good thing for everybody. There are questions about busy companies and size and most vehicles. There's very little to choose between these companies, as I also said earlier. I'd say budget tends to be busier on certain days simply because they have cheaper rates, I believe, in many cases. So they may get more bookings, so it looks if they are busier on certain days. When it comes to size, well, Enterprise, National, and Alamo has a very large area. There's a lot of vehicles there. They seem to have a lot of vehicles. The other guys have smaller offices, so they may not have that many vehicles. But if you book ahead of time, they'll make sure you get the vehicle you want. So the little van will make a right turn just about now, and look at that, it took just over 6 minutes from Cruise Terminal 5 to the Dollar and Thrifty office, and Avis will be more or less the same time. Let's say 6 minutes 30 seconds. Not bad at all.